no.
Alright, we are recording.
Awesome.
Hallelujah.
Hey.
But it's not
And
raining men. Don't say hallelujah.
hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
And here we have Sounds Like a Tornado giving out achievements.
Which nobody can see in the video.
Oh no, I'm gonna put them in the video.
Oh no.
We're gonna add special little effects.
Yeah, I'm gonna add special little effects to this video. It's gonna be
Awesome.
great.
Oh,
Much
you're,
gamers-
you're a good editor then. Popping up little
How much-
effects every 2 seconds.
Yeah,
How
like
much gamer scores each one gonna be for?
-2.
What? How about 69?
Yes.
They're like Doge coins.
One Doge coin
Is it-
is like
Which is
-$2.
yes.
Oh yes. Might I ask a question?
Alright.
Go ahead.
1 second. God damn it. There we go. Got back to the part. So, I heard before something about this. Okay, wait. Just wondering. Do any of the characters frickle frackle?
We have yet to find out. That's the
What's that?
best
Yeah,
part.
I do.
We don't know. We're going
Read
into
that
this
part.
blind.
This is the blind
I know,
dramatic
but
reading.
if there is a part, I will constantly look ahead, and if I see any words that will be considered sexual, I will call this out, and then I will say that I want to read that section. The narrator part, because that is always the
Alright.
funnest part.
Alright then. You can do that.
I can read it in the most. I can read in the most non-sexy way possible.
I can read it in like a way that's just so overly easy it's not sexy.
Anything I say can be taken as not sexy anymore. I just
really?
ruin the
I'm
mood.
too sexy for my shit. Too sexy.
I can only say one thing right, and that is only with this fromage.
What do you mean add beeps to it?
We're not gonna add beeps.
What beeps to what?
Like,
No.
censor bleeps.
Oh, someone
Yeah.
says, you know, if someone says,
What the are you talking about?
like,
What
if
the
they say the F word,
boy.
they censor like, what the are you talking about? That's what I mean.
Well, so far we haven't seen any swearing, so I don't think there'll be any for
Well-
the rest of the story if this writer is consistent.
Well,
But
shall we?
So far they have been very consistent.
But wait, so who would be the narrator for the section?
Oh. I'm doing most of it for this one. This one's really weird actually. It's
Okay.
like first person, maybe?
First person, and then third person, and then second person,
Yeah, all of a sudden it's like,
then,
you're doing
then
this.
fifth
And,
person, like, just freaking.
how would that even work? Like, what other perspective is there?
It would be like it's taken from the perspective of you reading the fan fiction, but then the person is reading you reading the fan fiction about their character in second person.
That's like if some 11th
Wait a
dimension
minute,
shit there.
what?
I'm back.
Okay.
When I went to go get the water, I also had to leave to throw away the trash, go to a nearby store, buy half a dozen bottles of carpet cleaning formula, a face mask, some goggles, as well as 8 bottles of ammonia, 3 bottles of window cleaners, 2 bottles of bleach, and 10 canisters of air freshener.
Why?
Shit.
And then did what? Wait. Did the light bulb go out? Did the light bulb go out?
Yeah, the light bulb went out too. That really pissed me off.
Oh, did you happen to wear your red overfuck?
Well, this is
Yeah.
Tucker, this is a reference to
Your
the
red overfuck!
Of course, I always wear my red overfuck when I go outside.
This is referencing the story, Doctor.
Wait,
Okay.
delve into the story?
Yes. Well, like there was a huge paragraph of
He
him trying to
does
clean his
that.
apartment.
Just let them watch the video, and we'll all be
Okay.
good. Okay, so
So just let me drink my water and we're ready.
last time we left off, now that we're actually getting into the story now, we were out of school, and our main character was with Pacholi. But that's really the only thing that's really
And
happening
his
right
name is, and he's for some reason related to Mozart. I swear to God, if one music pun is not made during this entire goddamn story, I'm gonna kill someone. And
Just
Kill
a
me if you
random
want.
At
person.
one point there will be sex. I'm taking that bet.
Fine.
It's Toho, it's a fan fiction, and it's 21 chapters long, and the main character's a guy. It's gonna happen.
It's T-rated though.
And if it doesn't, then well.
now. Yeah, it's
I'm
only
gonna
rated T. This isn't.
Then it's gonna be censored sex, where it uses terms that like like you know what happens.
It's gonna be a
Ooh.
teen
So
movie.
it's nothing. So it's nothing like 50 Shades of Grey or Sword Art Online Chapter 16.5.
I wish it was. Did he just say did he just say the Sword Art Online thing?
Yeah.
Yes.
I have the whole thing memorized.
Link me that after this, because I remember that vaguely, and that
You
made
just
me laugh.
Google Sword Art Online Chapter 16.5. There should be a fan fiction page with the whole thing copy pasted.
Okay,
Okay,
then.
so I think we're at Hounds. You should just do that entire thing, even if you'd already did it. So I think that's you, Lucas.
Hold on, wait. I want you to PM me in Skype. I'm gonna read this off of not my computer, but something else.
Okay then.
Yeah, we're editing this, right? Please tell me, because I would stop watching by now.
I can't
Yeah,
seem
we're
to
gonna
actually
edit it.
select anything on fanfiction.net.
No, copy and paste the text link, not text, the webpage link.
Oh, okay then. Dar.
I know, but seriously, this is
I
going
meant
to
on
be
Skype.
edited, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it is. There have been other
Doctor
moments that
has
they were
me on
edited
Skype, right?
out.
Someone just called for me, by the way.
Wait, never mind. I got my own alternative.
What's a Nuzlocke?
Something that is not really important right now. You'll learn it when you're older.
15.
Oh, hey, I got a new Tumblr follower. 16 more till I hit 700.
Yay.
Oh my god, we're so popular.
Mm.
I know, right?
Let's have a look at my list of GFs.
I've heard that you can't even comprehend people being sentient.
Barely handle a crowd of 20 people. Not, I can.
Holy crap, my ping went like up.
Okay, so is someone reading, or did we already start recording?
Oh, we've already started recording, but we haven't started reading.
And it's your line, Lucas.
What? No, but.
But what?
Oh, is this where we left off?
Yeah.
Yeah, we left off where Patchouli said hounds.
Hounds. Dogs.
Oh!
Hounds.
Never mind. I cut the hound. Oh wait, I have to do the thing. I cut the hound on conversation there. As Patchouli was even more confused at the mention of hounds than when I mentioned Minesweeper. So let's head on in. Yeah. Actually, you know what? We can skip all this. We can skip all it.
No. It'll be vital for like the later final chapter. Like they'll mention hounds and Minesweeper, and we'll be lost if we do not read this goddamn background.
It's a Chekhov's gun.
It will be important. Read it.
Okay, so
Achievement unlocked. Can't be arts. Skip a potentially important paragraph.
Yep. Read it.
I think we got like near the end, so I'll read the last sentence, and it has some dialogue in it. I was confused. She expected us to be in the class first. That was weirdly worded. Or did she see something I didn't? I patted her on the back, bringing her attention back to me. Don't worry, Patchouli. Second place isn't bad at all.
Well, did she get second place? Then well, we wouldn't know unless we read the earlier part of the
They
paragraph.
got to class.
God damn it.
It's
Someone
not
is
that.
really-
It's just.
Am I that odd? The stranger asked.
No. She's a. Wait, what? Who's talking?
Okay,
Yeah, wait,
so
wait,
am
who
I
the
that
hell-
odd
yeah,
is the
what?
stranger, and it's supposed to be, I think,
Oh, okay.
the main
So-
character.
Someone else was
thing.
mentioned in that paragraph.
Okay, maybe I
yeah,
shouldn't
you
have
should
skipped
be-
it.
That paragraph was important. Why the hell did we skip it?
Because I thought we had read it already, but apparently we didn't. So let's see, there's a new teacher, new school, new friends. Slate couldn't have been much cleaner because I'm a blank slate character. There was someone else there, he was about my age. He had beaten Meadow
The passion.
class. So it's just some random dude.
It's Jacob Wolfgang, his new... I don't
So
know.
anyone can really read that line, it wouldn't matter.
It's
Right.
Maximilian
Jacob
Jazz
Wolfgang.
Hands.
I want to be Jacob Wolfgang.
Let's just leave it as Jazz Hands.
No,
I'll
that's
read
his
his
actual name.
I'll read his voice as gruff as possible.
I was gonna do it over a British accent.
I could do it then.
Am I that
I
odd?
am British.
Oh, okay then.
Give me a minute.
Right then.
You do it.
No, she's just a bit surprised that we weren't
Wait,
the first ones
that's not the
here.
one I was saying.
That's the main character.
Wait, what?
Should we read it in a German accent because
No.
Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart was
Hey,
German
can
and
do
his-
it. Can
I don't
do it in an
understand
Italian
where this
accent?
whole Mozart thing is coming from.
I don't know either. I'm just like I just heard Wolfgang and I thought Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart.
And
Okay,
this
whatever
to
you
the
guys
viewers is why you shouldn't skip important information.
Yes.
You're
This is
so
why you
editing
should
that.
read the whole paragraph.
Yeah, I'm definitely editing
Skip
that.
over.
Okay,
We
so
need to edit this whole section.
yep.
So where are we?
I don't know.
We are. It's not that. It's just.
Who's playing the stranger?
Okay, so
I can.
I'll play the stranger if you want.
Right,
Actually, no.
Um,
Doctor can because
okay,
I
so-
think
let's
that
let
you
Cake
just,
be
like,
it,
you
'cause
can
he's
talk
an
as
expert.
Okay, so
normal as
Cake is
possible
gonna
and the
do it.
British would work.
Cake is
Right.
gonna do it.
Yep.
Okay, so let's start from Don't Worry Patrolli. Let's do it. Don't worry, Patrolli. Second place isn't bad at all.
It's not that. It's just.
Am I that odd?
The stranger asked.
Harry Potter.
No, she's just a bit surprised that we weren't the first ones here, early as we came up.
Oh no no.
That's so.
Sonanoka!
Yeah. So we're all in the same class, eh? I suppose introductions are in order. My name is Jacob Kenneth, and this is my friend Patrolli Knowledge. It is nice to meet you. Also, where are the air quotes?
My name's Jacob Wolfgang. Is this your friend? Is your friend all right there?
Are you that lazy that you had to recycle the same name?
Jacob.
This is gonna be
Yeah,
confusing.
I'm so egotistical. I have to
Wait.
be every character.
Wait, no, this one has a K, so it's different.
I'm my own original character, Jacob.
Okay, we're just gonna refer to
Yeah, cool.
Jacob 2 as Jacob 2.
I'll just call him. We'll just call him Blake up.
We can't call him jazz hands.
No, we're calling.
No.
Let's just call him Blake up. It'll just be.
Okay.
Rather not rip on Spaz's thing.
Nope.
Alright, so. I
Or
patted
we
on the
could give
back.
him like a silly jazz hands voice because his last name is Wolfgang.
I patted her on the back again. Yeah, she's fine. Then Pacioli and I sat next to him. And the laugh track
He
in the
is
background
right.
kind of fit there.
He is right though. Second place isn't bad, but those who show up last are the ones who are pathetic.
He continued.
Pig in human clothing.
Pathetic, pathetic? Pathetic or tardy?
Prosthetic.
I replied jokingly.
Either way works, really.
Asshole.
Indeed. Then the conversation was interrupted by the bell. And here comes the stampede.
Oh. Do you know what Minesweeper is?
That was my idea of a stampede.
Pacioli asked Jacob. He just stared at her with a look of confusion and an extremely unrelated comment.
It's a game of sorts.
I made an analogy if you're wondering.
Why you're
Explains.
Australian?
What were you comparing to that?
Finding classes, when now it's lame. I elaborated as humiliating as it was. Then the other students came in and took the seats. They almost didn't seem to notice that the three of us were sitting there before they were even upstairs. A few spots were empty, but never filled. As the silence fell in the hall, the classroom, and the school overall. The class consisted of just the teacher introducing himself to have a name that I can still neither pronounce nor spell. And there's
What
supposed
a
to be a
fucking
period at the end of
retard.
this. There's supposed to be a period at the end of the sentence, I guess.
Yeah,
So-
I think there is.
You were worrying about grammar earlier, so I'm just gonna point it out. Then we went to our next class through the halls packed full of students. I held Patrolli's hand to keep it from falling behind, and luckily I did, because I'm more than certain she would have been swallowed by the crowd, and I'd have needed to wait for it to dissipate in order to retrieve her. I looked back, and she was smiling at me. Wasn't I lucky? I was guiding a friend to class, and she liked me for it. I made certain to not get trampled to death, not me nor Pacioli. I I followed the numbers, and there we are. Language arts.
What language?
English, of course.
Oh, of course, all Japanese speak English.
It's clearly Esperanto.
No, it's
Oh yeah,
clearly-
no,
it's
it's
clearly-
yeah, of course. It's
No,
It's
no,
Esperanto.
Everyone has to. Oh wait, guys, this isn't English nor whatever Esperanto. No, it's clearly glossolalia.
No, it's Canada.
It's glossolalia.
Hey,
Okay.
It's
I tend
can't
again
take
to
offense to that.
I tend again to notify Patrolli of our arrival. We're here. We should head in before we get run over.
Beep beep.
All right.
She replied, still smiling. Okay, then let's go. Completely unneeded dialogue. Ugh. We let go of each other's hands and went in. That class went pretty similar. No really important events transpiring. I didn't even remember that teacher's name. Well, you couldn't say it in the first place, so I doubt you would have remembered it. So we then needed to go to science class, or introduction 3. Once again, pulling Patrolli along with me. Then I noticed Patrolli started to pull back. I immediately stopped, and looked back to see her face was becoming pale. She was wheezing. Her breathing was rapid, almost frantic. She was rifling through her purse when she pulled out an inhaler, but the moment she did, she fell forward. "No!" I yelled, not willing to lose my best friend in a place so far from home. I caught the inhaler with my left hand, and caught her, supporting her weight with my right shoulder. I managed to get into a crouching position and lay her across my lap. I began to sweat. I could feel my heart pounding. It was up to me to save her. So I'm assuming she's still a yokai, right?
I'm
At least-
assuming
I
that
think
she can
she's-
still.
I
know.
believe she's still anemic.
Yeah,
I
but
thought
This is
Anem-
asthmatic.
I believe
Yeah,
that she's the love
as an
interest.
asthmatic, myself.
I thought-
as-
I thought she used
Asthmatic.
magic to keep herself alive.
would you-
It's actually supposed to be something along the lines that the reason that
Actually-
like she's asthmatic and anemic and crap is because her magic uses mercury, which is like poisonous. So
Okay,
Think.
so
Also, again, the only good thing about this is that we get to imagine schoolgirl Patchouli.
the
I don't
only
like the
good
idea.
thing
Kinda
that came
really
so
is.
far of what I was reading is that I can imagine Jacob, what's his name? Jacob Wolfgang as Kamada for some reason.
but
Yes.
she really
I don't
still
know why.
can't die. And do yokai really even need air?
I don't know.
Did
Don't forget,
any
Schoolgirl Patchouli having an asthma attack.
It's
With her
adorable.
Glasses falling off her face and her hair gets
Weird way.
disheveled and
Flub, you are sick. I mean, I've
It's-
heard of-
glasses falling off
I-
her hair and her hair getting disheveled. I think that's the most cutest thing out there.
in a
I've heard
weird
of
way,
all-
I said.
I've heard of all sorts of fetishes, bondage, BDSM, sadomasochism, bondage potatoes,
Tiny girl,
but
monster
asthma,
girl,
really?
Random.
Says you, lolicon.
Okay,
I just
so-
like thinking of like just a
Or
generic
ew.
like overly cute voice. Sorry.
Okay, so
also, there's also
I
a
managed
fetish
to
for
get.
blueberries.
Okay, I began
Oh.
to sweat. I could feel my heart. It was up to me to save her. I never used an inhaler, but I understood the concept of it. I held it to her mouth and squeezed the button. Come on, Patchouli, please breathe. At first, she barely managed to breathe, still wheezing. I held the button down again and felt a wave of relief when she started to breathe more easily. Then I looked. Then I looked about, terrified that not a single person had stopped. Not one was concerned with the fact that Patchouli was in a life-threatening danger. It was not possible that nobody had noticed me on my knees, holding her up, literally administering her inhaler because she was unable to. It was not exactly a space-saving activity, and people would literally have had to move around us. If I had not been there, she may have died. She held onto my right shoulder with her left arm. She pulled herself close. I held her in my arms, barely maintaining my composure.
We kissed.
I had read the school handbook, yes, and I know what was going on. Was probably easy to mistake for a public display of affection. I was on my knees, holding my only friend in my arms, and still nobody noticed. We were just two people in such a crowd. So large a crowd, it didn't matter what happened there. I held Julie back to her feet.
Thank you, Jacob.
Oh, my apologies, but I know this supposed. You said it was supposed to be a big crowd, but wouldn't at least a couple people notice a girl suffering from an asthma attack?
Yeah, and this sounds more
Yeah,
like
but
drowning.
This is Japan.
Just so you know, I think that this is the easiest way to imagine Pacioli for the entire roleplay. Not roleplay, fuck, fanfic. Just imagine Pacioli like this, and there you go.
Well,
Oh,
congratulations,
yes.
Doctor. That's
That is
going
all
on
the
the
Moe
video.
will need.
People will
Yes.
understand what this picture
Um,
is.
Now I can understand why I thought of it as adorable.
Damn.
Can you please link Joe a link in the fan into the description of this pic?
There is no description to the picture.
I meant in the video.
Oh.
I'll probably just put it in the video itself, like
You can just look up Pacioli
Like-
knowledge in a school uniform. It's like on the second page.
Sailor
Or
Fuku.
at the first page, I don't know.
Anyway, don't worry, Pacioli. I wiped the immense amounts of sweat off my brow. It made my hair stand off to the direction I brushed it in, leaving my forehead exposed for a brief couple of seconds before it fell back to normal.
What?
Fabulous! I'm just glad you're alright.
I am, thanks to you. I'm sorry I scared you there. It was just so sudden.
Why does it sound
I'll
like
be honest, this part of the fic isn't
something
even
like
that
sex?
bad. Like, this is readable.
Yeah, it's readable.
if this
I'm
was
actually
just,
pretty
enjoyable
bored,
at the end.
actually.
yeah, it's just boring at this point. This is
I'm
just
gonna read the chapter names.
Pacioli is a schoolgirl and
That's
almost
all I need
dies.
to continue reading.
Also, hey, there's an actual conflict going on. That was actually kind of a thing.
It was actually kind of heart pounding because
Yeah.
it's like, oh shit,
You
Pacioli
know
could
he's
have
going to say
died.
Pacioli. You know it.
Shit,
I
the
already
love
called
interest
it,
could have
Bob,
died
man.
so quickly.
Alright.
Wait, she's used for fan service. Of course she survives.
It's alright. I had no idea you were as I had no idea you were asthmatic. How did I mess up that word?
Asthmatic, that's what I'm gonna call it.
Asthmatic.
Asthmatic.
Thematic.
Asthmatic.
I probably should have let you know. It's my fault. But now, I'm alright. Shall we keep on the way?
Are you sure you don't want to go to the office to get you a doctor?
Alien.
Or just go to the school nurse?
That shouldn't be necessary.
She insisted, as she took my hand again, smiling that ever so endearing smile.
Hi, this is.
I couldn't argue with her. I handed back her inhaler and let on. I was amazed just how sudden it was. I had looked back occasionally, as I did while guiding her. Then, the next moment, she started pulling on me to get me to stop. Then she collapsed. Now we sat beside each other once again. Despite having interest in science, I did drift off during class, so I didn't remember the teacher's name either.
Like I drift off during this
It doesn't
fanfic.
matter what these teachers. I don't give. It doesn't matter who the teachers are really.
Then what the heck is he honestly even mentioning them?
The
Because
story is about a
reasons.
guy, Pacioli, Gensokyo
And then
maybe.
public masturbation.
Point, spoiler alert, it's in the same paragraph.
Public masturbation.
I like
What?
how you laugh
Yes.
at only sex jokes.
Alright, now let's
Well,
let's
sex
continue.
jokes
Okay.
are the pinnacle of humor.
It was
I
time.
beg to differ.
Let us continue. Let us continue.
Okay.
It was time to head on to my break, lunch. You could just say lunch break.
Crikey.
Pacioli and I sat together there, again at our own table. Jacob too sat down at the table too, across from us. I had brought my own lunch. Pacioli got her lunch, as did Jacob. Then they came back. Someone else sat next to us. She had pink hair, and her eyes were only a slightly darker shade of her hair.
Who's gonna play Yuko?
I
Oh, also, instead of calling him Jacob number 2, let's also just call him Jacob with a K.
will. Can we just call him?
Jacob?
I'm
In
gonna
fact,
call
you know,
him
let's just go-
Bocage.
Let's just call him Wolfgang.
Okay.
No,
Let's
I
call
like
him
I like
Mozart.
Bocage.
Yeah, Bocage.
Oh gosh, what?
Jacob. By the way, I have a quick question to ask. Why is the main character Jacob being read in an Australian accent?
It's
Oh.
more British.
Like, Really? I interpreted
Well,
This
then
is man
Australian,
versus
like,
wild.
Well, his
Like-
narrations are in the British Australian accent. When he normally speaks, he speaks normally.
I know,
That's
but
the
it's just,
comedy
like,
of it.
It's like whenever he narrates, I feel like I just feel as if like Bear Grylls is like hiding somewhere.
We already
That's the-
we already
Like,
did Bear
like,
vs.
I
Wild
swear to
joke.
God, I hear
Bear
Crikey
Grylls.
in the back, like behind me every few seconds.
No,
We already
worries.
made a Man vs. Wild joke at the end of the first one.
Crikey, mate.
Oi,
Mate.
mate.
Case of piss.
1v1 me.
Oh, by the way,
Come on then, mate.
you go in the school cafeteria. Dear God.
Oh,
What
we need a new
cafeteria?
shipment.
Out of House and
Watch
Home.
the world burn.
Okay, so
I don't think they're ready for her.
she had 3 trays
they
of
aren't
food for
ready.
lunch. I stared over, not sure how to react exactly. Hi? I managed to punch through my confusion.
Hi there.
Jesus
Sure.
Christ.
She replied. She didn't seem to realize just how strange it was. How strange it seemed to me for her to have not 1, not 2, but 3 lunches. I turned back to normal, trying to just think of it as a perfectly usual thing. I opened up my lunchbox and sipped some tea that I had packed. Suddenly, yeah,
The
tea.
British accent is appropriate.
I'm British American.
You're British. You're Brust American.
British Australian American.
Yes.
I'm a colonial.
Brust American.
Also, is
He's a
Yuko
bossy.
is Yuko canonically a glutton?
Not really. She just wouldn't shut up about food during the first few stages of Imperishable Night.
I just
really
like to
don't
think of it like my
As a
dad.
Joke, if anything, and even then, it's like Silence in Her and Blue. She like rarely mentions food.
She
Suddenly,
ate Missia.
suddenly, some soy sauce splattered on my cheek. I looked over, and the new girl was holding a packet of said condiment, and just looked at me with an expression of remorse. You want me? 1v1 me.
Oh,
No.
sorry.
She chuckled nervously. I wiped the sauce over my face and went back to lunch. I was a vegetarian, because I lived in a rural area. I didn't eat much normally, as meat was mostly what people from my area ate.
By the way, this is my friend Yuko Sayuri.
Bakaj explained.
I'm gonna eat you.
So wait a second.
So who's going to be Yuko?
What?
So
Who's going to be Yuko again?
It's
My
Doctor.
bit
Oh, wait.
of reading
Oh, wait, I
Yuko
got
right
it.
now.
I got it. 2 characters named Jacob, both meaning to characters in the outside world. Oh my, there's gonna be 2 Gappies in this fic.
Holy
oh my god, maybe like this the author saying that he has
Dear
split personality disorder.
God.
And
Wait a
This is,
minute, does that
I
mean
get
double the
Yuko.
Christ, that means double the sex. That means double the fan service.
No.
That means double the heroines. Good God.
it means double the alcohol I'm gonna need after this.
Wait a minute, I have a good question. Wait, was my voice distinguishably different?
Actually, it kind of was.
Yeah,
Oh,
I didn't
okay.
know that was you. I thought it was like Flub or someone, or Dan.
Awesome.
And again, Dan sounds like everyone, so.
God damn it.
Yeah, that's true. Dan does sound like everyone.
Okay.
I'm just like the copy and paste person.
Bakaj explained. Did I really want to get into introductions again? I still couldn't get over the 3 lunches. Then my man on the side showed up again. Hello, Yuko. My name's Jacob Kenneth.
Hi.
Fuck that shit.
Wait, hold on.
That's fucked up majorly.
Hold on. You should give Yuko a Valley Girl accent.
Wait, what?
A Valley Girl accent?
You know,
What the hell is
when
a
girls
Valley
like
Girl
talk
act?
like when a girl like talks like this, using all these likes.
saying, like,
I want to make her
all the,
sound like the
time or
Cookie
telling?
Monster. Can you let me
Yeah.
voice her? I want to make her sound like the Cookie Monster.
No, I like
Hi.
I'm gonna go with Doctor doing a Valley Girl.
So, like,
Cali
all the,
girl,
like,
Valley girl,
time
same thing.
I like totally like to eat with like my friend Jacob.
Yeah, that's so much better.
Yes.
Okay, Candy.
Yes.
Yuko's like a fucking.
Now
like,
what if
Degrassi
Hakate shows
girl.
up?
Yuko's Degrassi girl is canon.
Okay. So she replied, giving away the fact her mouth was full of food. I knew better than to cringe in response to this disturbing sight. So I just acted like I hadn't seen a thing. I cracked a nervous grin, but inside, my stomach twisted a bit.
Oh, she's
Hey, folk.
eating.
Wow, eating makes this guy like really cringe.
Yeah, how the fuck does he even eat lunch?
No. Like he was grossed out by seeing.
Okay, yeah, we
Uh,
know. We know. We know, my friend. We know.
Like, I don't know, maybe I
But it's
just sort of grew up
she had her
around
mouth
this
full of
stuff and
food. It wasn't like she's barfing on him or anything.
He's like super clean, like autism level. Oh my god.
Or just OCD level clean. I think that would just be. A
Well, I
better
mean,
way
he
to
did
put it.
replace
No, it's
every
like
light bulb in his house
Asperger's.
once one was out, so. I wouldn't put it past this guy to. Yeah, okay.
And it was mentioned that a bit of a flaw he was a germaphobe.
Then I saw Pacholi was reading a book that she retrieved from a purse. I was glad it was a book and not an inhaler this time, because 2 asthma attacks in one day would have been very bad. In an attempt that could have truly backfired in hindsight, I stuffed a few crackers into my face to nullify my stomach's own cringing. That did not work. I started feeling cold from nausea. That time, it was Pacholi patting me on the back. The fact that I was face down on the table was probably a giveaway that something wasn't right for me. So,
Are you alright?
I'm just gonna say this right now. Actually, no, never mind. She asked, still trying to shake me back to my senses. Yeah, I guess. I figured out what went wrong. I actually hit that thing at the back of my throat, but it still somehow held firm when it comes to containing my stomach fluids. I could tell because I felt some crumbs collected on it. Oh, that's a pretty amazing power you have there.
Wait, did he just mention the uvula?
Yeah, his power is filling with his uvula. Whatever the.
Oh, so he could.
What?
Oh, wait, so
What?
he could touch. So something could touch his uvula and he doesn't want to vomit. Holy shit, that's actually a really good power. That's actually not sarcasm.
No, I'm just
that's
kidding.
actually
It's
pretty
just
awesome.
the author. I don't know.
I would
It's
totally
the
make
author
an
being
OC with the power to
descriptive.
not vomit when something touches his uvula, because that'd be
Yeah, it's
pretty
the author
freaking...
describing something and showing
Well,
and not
that
telling, which
sucks.
is +1.
Use the word uvula, plus.
Okay, so
Okay, let's...
everyone at the table stared at me. I looked at one of my hands and saw that I was getting rather pale. Well, that's not pleasant at all. At least I was going to survive the rest of the day. At least I hoped. As I sat down, it happened again. No, I didn't carelessly cram even more crackers into my mouth, but rather got soy sauce splattered in my face a second time. I slapped my forehead and didn't even have to look at Yuko. Almost said Yukiko there.
Yukiko.
Yukiko.
Yukako. Rikako.
She slid a napkin over to me, and I tried to get the sauce out of my hair. But she said set on your face, not your hair. Unless your hair is covered in your face, which is completely possible from what you understand. In that case, just cut your hair. At least, it didn't get in my eye. The awkward silence lasted a while. Then it was broken when a clump of rice sped next to Patrulli's head as she read. I saw who did it. I stood up, my temper flaring a bit. Watch what you're doing over there, you moron! I sat back down, my face reddened from the feeling of confronting someone. Some people! I angrily vented in a slightly condescending manner.
You okay there, buddy?
Kozak asked. Yeah, I think I'm going to pelt that kid with an apple if he does it again. I'll have you know, I have over 300 confirmed kills in the U.S. Navy SEAL.
Son of a bitch.
And the way he was like raging, I can imagine his power if he goes to Kensuke was turning into the Hulk.
I have over 300 confirmed kills and then...
Okay,
Wait
I'll
a
have
minute,
you
where
know
is
I
it?
know how to
Oh,
throw
crap.
things in hard. With my venting session
Hard.
complete, I turned to Patrulli. He didn't hit you, did he? If he did, then I'll...
He
Go.
didn't hit me.
Okay then.
Get out of him.
I cooled down. I could wait on pelting the punk with fruits, or so I thought. Suddenly a single bean hit Pacholi in the side of the head. And Pacholi went... Bean Danmaku confirmed for OP.
Bean Damaku. That's gonna be a thing now.
Porygon, wherever you may be, Hear our plea.
Make Bean Danmaku.
Please just continue reading. This gets even better. I shouldn't have spoiled myself.
I immediately stood,
Ahead.
brain just about to explode with the force of an atomic bomb. In
Bro,
Japan.
Goo.
In Japan.
That's offensive.
Oh wow. I mushed over, each stomp indicating the temperament of my pure rage.
So edgy.
I was not an
Bite the
incredibly threatening
pillow.
person, although the beginning of the story would have said otherwise.
Did he really just contradict himself with that?
Yeah.
I was tall and thin, but I had more muscle than met the eye.
Oh, of course you are.
Transformer. Okay.
Wait, so somebody made a Transformers
now
reference.
He's part Transformer. He's part Transformer, guys.
Hold on
I'm
a
telling
minute.
you, he's right.
Hey, I'm the hardcore Transformers fan here.
Wait. He said although he may say he is muscular, but that picture proves the other way.
Yeah, he's a freaking
The
stick
poorly
in
drawn
that picture.
A poorly drawn, weird. Oh god, no! I don't want to save that picture. I just want to expand it.
Expand
Expansion.
picture.
Expand
dog.
Expand dicture.
Okay, so with a careful expression in most situations, I had a typically peaceful demeanor. However, when I was infuriated or simply wanted to scare someone, I could be outright terrifying, and I had the strength to back it up. That punk was gonna learn the hard way. I grabbed the student by the collar, lifting him up. Who do you think you are? Going around throwing food at people. You're worse than a child.
Hey, Busy, the way you said that was like, who do you think you are?
That was on
Who the
purpose.
hell do you think I
What did
am?
you just fucking say about me, you little bitch? I'll have you know I graduated top of my class in the Navy SEALs, and I've been involved in numerous secret raids in Al Qaeda, and I've owned 300 confirmed kills.
What the fuck? You just threw up my GF?
You're fucking dead, you know.
I threw him back down on the bench and turned to walk away. And he prompted it without knowing. He threw another bean, hitting me.
Okay, this gets better.
He did not
So is he-
know that I already had the apple in my sweatshirt pocket.
Oh
I
no.
turned and threw it so hard it literally burst on impact.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Literally.
Ooh.
You gotta be squidding me.
I
That is
marched back,
beautiful. Like, I want to
sitting
favorite this
down.
fanfiction.
feeling my
one
temperature
gets
bringing
that-
my sweat to a nearing steaming point. First day of school, and I already felt like I was about to earn quite the reputation. I noticed that after the crack of the apple splitting, the entire cafeteria fell into silence. Well, that sounds
You
like
can
the
hear
day
them
that
running
one of my friends
when the
exploded an
sun
orange in
comes
the
up
cafeteria.
with their lives on the line.
I showed that I was not going to be messed with, nor were my friends. Things didn't look too good for me. I was probably going to get in quite some trouble for what I had done. But then, some student somewhere yelled something in Japanese that I could only assume meant food fight. Then chaos was unleashed. I slapped myself in the forehead yet again. I never asked for this.
I
Interjection.
think I need to favor this fanfiction just for that one scene. Just
And there
So our main
it's
character, Jacob,
beautiful,
turns
like-
into Adam Jensen.
like, okay,
Also-
if he has to solve an incident in this fanfiction, I need to. Okay, during the climax, he at least needs to throw an apple at the main antagonist, and it hits them so hard it explodes, and they go down. If they don't, I am
Danmaku,
eternally gonna hate this
Apple
author.
Danmaku.
Oh my
OP.
god.
Also,
be
I was gonna say,
Fruit based on
DNC.
Maku. That is his power.
Udamaku.
Think about it. He said he
Udamaku.
could throw fruit with such velocity.
Wow.
Udamaku.
DNC. Were you seeking rules of nature, or at least
Yeah.
attempting to? I can imagine that, like right before he threw the apple, and you can just hear the chorus "Rules of Nature," and it hits him.
Also, by the way, I think I figured out the setting. We are in a Japanese high school. Everything is Japanese except for the spoken language. The student body is not American. The student body is mostly American, but with multicultural immigrants or whatever. So we got Germans, the Japanese, the American takeover,
And
Fossil
Gensokians.
aliens.
and Ginsokians.
Those
So-
damn Gensokian immigrants taking our jobs.
So, in a nutshell,
Taking a job.
wait a minute. So, in a nutshell, we can safely say that this school is a clusterfuck.
Yeah.
Exactly.
These goddamn cappies
And this
coming
is-
over
We
here.
have my
taking our
high school
jobs.
actually.
And the whole multicultural thing. Hey, this could be great for some sort of anime. Not really.
Just like one of my Japanese animes.
Me,
Alright,
That's a quote from.
because you have a
Solid.
line. Cake?
maybe that's what the people, maybe that's what the student body and the president were thinking. Like, maybe they're thinking, okay, so we'll only accept people who would fit the definition of anime character. And we need to have that one guy from America who would definitely fit main character status.
Dude, he doesn't even sit at the bottom. He doesn't even sit at the back left of the classroom next to the window. He can't be a main
Shit,
character.
then, wait a minute, where
I was
does
gonna
he
say
sit?
that it's like, when they get the students, it's not that they get someone who fits in the thing of an anime character. You know, they have to get someone who fits in the thing of an anime stereotype.
Pretty much.
Okay,
Wait,
It's
this
like-
pretty
He
much-
must have blonde hair.
Oh yeah,
Actually, this
here's
guy's
another
a
thing. If
brownie,
Kokuma
but
doesn't pop
whatever.
up, I'm also gonna be pretty annoyed.
Okay, so Nub Cake,
All
Your
right,
line,
right.
DNC.
it's your time to shine.
I guess all it takes is one person to stand the cause of. Hang on, let me try that again. I guess all it takes is one person to stand to a cause of the nautical uprising.
At first, I thought that said financial uprising.
Because explained.
That's true too.
Then
Genzokyo
shouldn't they be
uprising.
throwing stuff at the guy I just pelted?
I know. Oh wait, no, wait,
Watermelons.
he's the main character. Like all the food will just like go around him.
No, he's just
Cubicle
really good at
watermelons.
Danmaku and he doesn't know it.
Wrong.
He'd graze it. He'd graze that shit.
He's grazed the food.
Oh my
The only
god,
problem-
this I understand what the point of this scene is now. Either this author's a genius or just very lucky because all it is this is the stage. And he just killed the mid boss.
Oh my God.
Wait, then who's the boss?
God.
No, the author's just he doesn't know what he's doing.
The author
Yeah, he just doesn't know what he's
isn't
doing.
Pro enough to
Unless
make
he
a
did
boss,
mean
only
this, in that
mid-bosses
case
ever
I give him
keep
credit.
Wait,
Stage one, food fight.
This bit?
Don't you mean stage 1, part 4?
No, stage 1 is the hallways.
God,
And the
what?
crowd of
Okay,
people?
wait. Then it was like stage 3's boss.
Stage
was
3,
re-
part
was revitalized
47.
Choli.
Stage whatever. I think you're thinking too much of this.
Yeah, I
It's still
think we
funny.
should just continue, please.
Wait, someone needs to make a fan game of this.
Yes. It's like a quick time event where you have to like push the freaking asthma inhaler into Vegeta's mouth, and you have to like jab the clicking button
America's
to,
Army.
to, like, keep pushing in more air. And then...
Yes.
Flub man, you freaking pervert.
You know, that sounds like a fucking hentai game.
Yeah, fucking like another
Hentai game.
We're gonna get everyone bot
All right.
when we play it.
Let's continue.
Is it me again?
Yeah.
Yes, please.
I guess. Grenade!
He yelled as he threw a pet at the suspected target.
Oh shit! Who dropped the grenade? Idiot! Fucking dumbass.
Stop using the noob tube. Fuck this mouse wheel.
Bill.
Pacholi and I understood better the
I heard
situation.
food Tamaku.
Wait, a grenade? Now they're actually using weaponry?
No, he threw a pear.
No, it's a pear grenade.
Oh my god, it's Donkey Kong 64.
Yeah,
Exactly.
speaking of
my God.
speaking of
It
speaking
all
of food
makes sense
Tamaku,
now. It all
Speaking
of
makes
food
sense
Tamaku,
now.
that
We are
reminds me
getting
of
out
a.
of.
Maybe we should get out of here. Or maybe we should get going before
Before something hits us? I agree.
Pacholi predicted my suggestion.
Oh, but something else will hit you eventually.
Yeah, luckily we're close to that door and I doubt someone will notice us. There's a cloud of fruit over there. We walked
It's just a
out,
cloud.
surprisingly not under
Cloud
fire.
with the chance of meatballs
No,
reference.
I can just imagine like a literal like cluster of food floating in the air.
It's
Oh my
ooze
God,
on in
oh my
Did
God,
you
Or-
use that as cover?
Wait,
It's
guys,
Aqua
it's
Teen
the
Hunger
healthy
Force.
version of the flying spaghetti monster.
Oh my god, too
Bananas with
powerful.
tentacles and its
Too
eyes are made
powerful.
of grapes.
Also, this food Tamaku thing reminded me of a thing that Red Beats Mermaid made.
Can we get through
walked
this? Because
out.
I'm gonna.
Surprisingly not under fire. Probably
Yeah, we've
because
been here for, like,
nobody
I don't
wanted
know,
to
an
be my
hour,
next
and
target
we
of a
haven't
good
even gotten past,
smackdown.
like, halfway in here.
We sat outside as several school authorities rushed in, trying to bring order to the madness. Good luck in there, I jokingly called to one of them as they ran in.
What a
Thanks to
prick.
that one kid who yelled out that madness-causing phrase, I was completely off the radar. Watch Dogs coming 2014. I went to the bathroom and took a wad of paper towels to dry off. I sat next to Choli again. In the bathroom? Cause that's kind of weird.
Wait, what?
Well, there aren't any e-handbooks, so there's no Gatling gun.
So,
I
look,
sat,
here we come.
and suddenly
look.
Bakoj and Yuyuko ran out, somewhat drenched in what I can only guess was fruit juice.
Oh, it's
That
not
wasn't
fruit
fruit
juice.
Gonna need that
That
towel.
wasn't fruit juice.
Jacob stated. I tossed it without objection. It wasn't too sweaty, as most of mine had evaporated by the time I used it. The schedule experienced
doesn't it need to
some
be on the sun?
the schedule experienced some repercussions from the conflict. Somehow we were supposed to go to the first UA United Airlines instead of the fourth core class.
Man, I
They're all
thought he was a
gonna go
Navy
on.
SEAL.
They're all gonna go on a trip then. They're all going to the United Airlines.
No, he's going back to America.
He's gonna bring Pachuli with them.
Let's call it Delta.
Of course, a Baka Gaijin would never survive.
Filthy Gaijin, please go. It just so happened to be the one class I could be a living nightmare for the one person sitting next to me. Pacholi. The class was physical education.
Oh my god, more Pesci fan service.
I prefer the term
Are you-
patrical education.
Are you really getting off to this? Cause
No.
Are you getting off to words?
I am.
For the record, porn can be written. Second of all, no, I'm not.
Fortunately,
Okay, the only
I hope
porn
not.
that's written is 50 Shades of Grey, and no one likes 50 Shades of Grey. Actually, no, everyone.
But everyone
likes it
liked
because
Sword
it's
Art
stupid
Online.
There's a
funny to
lot
read.
of written porn, actually.
Okay.
it doesn't matter.
Well, you need a visual cue
Doctor.
in order to properly get the most out of the experience.
Whatever.
Can't read it and just like.
Fortunately, we
Top
wouldn't have to
spot.
do any exercise on the very first day. At least I hoped. I stood up and Pacholi did the same. The stampede returned, flooding the halls. I suppose they were refugees from the school authorities' jurisdiction. This is sounding more like they just escaped the Gaza Strip. Pacholi already knew what we were going to have to go through again, and grabbed my hand. We went through the ever-frustrating torrent of people. It was even hard to get at. It's getting really annoying doing this voice because he's just so long. It was even
We're
harder
going
to
to
get.
have to edit the shit out of this. We're just trailing on so long.
No, we're not.
We're not even we're almost an hour in.
If you want, I can actually do the Australian accent and you do the voice.
It was
it's more Bear Grylls than Australian.
yeah.
Bear Grylls, whatever.
Anyway, everyone stood up.
5 meters.
It's hard to get to pee because everyone was still stood up from the event that just transpired. We stayed close to the walls, and I pushed forward, stride by stride.
Sounds Scottish.
It eventually worked out, and we pushed open the door to the empty gymnasium. I'm
What?
smelling something about to happen, if something does happen.
Fan
If something doesn't happen,
service.
then I'm going to be really disappointed in this story.
Where is everyone?
Hakurei.
Pacholi asked. No idea. No. No idea. Perhaps tossing shoes around in the hall?
That does sound about right.
The two of us then sat down on the bleachers. It took a while for the rest of the student body to realize the schedule shift. We sat in there alone for at least 30 minutes. Pacholi tried to entertain herself, and I didn't want to bug her, and ended up falling asleep practically, nearly landing on my head. I landed on my upper back instead, starting me awake in a most unpleasant manner. I coughed in response to the sudden shock to my trachea, and it took a while to stop. Pacholi stared at my clumsy display. I looked up at her and shrugged. What can I say? What can I say? I sleep when I get bored. I explained.
It's no.
Then I resolved to just leaning back, using the seats behind me for support, rather than to risk a repeat performance by taking another power nap. Finally, everyone else arrived, and by that time the school officials knew That was a big problem. There was hardly enough time in the day to fit in another UA introduction. And our first hardly even started when the announcement acknowledging what that came on. There was going to be an early
Hey,
dismissal.
s- sorry for interjecting again, but we should all leave a positive review on this fic. I'm not one for manipulating others, but this is something I know. But if you encourage this guy, he's probably gonna write more, so we won't have to worry about him stopping from negative reviews.
Well, so
Oh,
far,
I've seen the review. Like both reviews have been positive.
So if it must get better. Like, we're probably expecting this to be like really bad, but
Then
like,
again,
what if
that's
it
the
turns
very
out to be a
beginning,
masterpiece?
though.
What if this is like,
What if this is the next
Diamond in the Rough?
The Rough? I don't know.
no,
Yeah,
like
How do we
more
know
I
like,
it's not
doubt
50 Shades
it's
of
going to
Grey?
be a masterpiece. It's already started off badly.
What if
It's
the
already
next-
disqualified as being a masterpiece.
So
This
bad
is
it's
gonna be
good.
the next. It's gonna be
Maybe-
the next Remove Fights the Bad Guys of Darkness.
Guys,
no.
you don't know. This. Okay, I predict something. This is gonna be the next 50 Shades of Grey. It's gonna
That's
be
what
the
I
best
just said.
fanfic.
It's
Alright,
gonna be a
let's
Twilight
continue.
fanfic.
Let's see. Yes.
Yes.
I quietly cheered to myself. After my run with that punk at lunch, I had taken enough school for one day. When the announcement for the dismissal came on, I leaned against the wall of the gymnasium and decided to wait out the crowd. Bakaj had found me and walked over with a hand raised, obviously wanting a high five for my cutting of the day. That wordless request I granted, Pacholia waiting for me, leaving me confused. Don't you have somewhere your head? Wait, who's saying that?
You.
Okay. Don't you have someone
That's-
somewhere you're heading?
Well, of course. But I was wondering if you mind if I stopped by today.
Well, sure. Don't mind the smell too much. I still need to keep spraying air freshener. I think the actual smell might be the air freshener, though. You know, all those cleaning agents have mixing odors. Well, maybe you should stop spraying air freshener.
all the cleaning things that's just filled his apartment with poisonous gas.
Oh yeah. By the way,
Then
quick
it
question.
explodes.
I just noticed is that his narrative voice isn't Australian. It's a mix between Irish and Scottish.
Dear God.
Because
You
when I
don't-
listen to it, I think of
It's
Henry
Wednesday.
Cooldown.
You do realize that
Nope.
I actually did go Scottish, not the Irish, for a second in the first thing.
Like at one point you're Scottish, then at another point you're Irish, and then you're Australian,
And
and
then I
now
went
it's like,
Boston for a second. That scared me.
Go German next. Just start screaming everything.
Then I realized.
Why? Man, why can't we just decide on doing a Gordon Ramsay voice?
You're a donkey.
Mike Myers is track. Yes.
Then I realized I still hadn't taken out the absolutely horrid thing referred to as the trash.
And that trash had layers.
That's code name for something else, but I don't know what it is.
That's code
That
name
trash
for
is,
this
like,
fanfic.
tissues used during redacted.
And again, is he really having post-traumatic stress disorder about taking out the trash?
Wow, he put that in quotes.
Like,
Maybe he's
it's-
referring to me. Dick.
Oh yes,
Trash.
please.
That's my other name, to keep anonymity.
Holy trash.
I knew that if she smelled that monstrosity, she'd probably not want to visit me again. Ever. Oh, and I may need to make a few last-second preparations, if that's okay. Do you have any way to kill a few minutes before I work?
I can read.
That you can, Julie, that you can. Perfect.
Isn't that what you only do?
Then the two of us walked to my apartment complex. I own the
Yes,
entire complex,
please.
not
Have
just one
sex.
The
apartment.
sex.
Please have sex.
Yes. Fuck
No, this is
already.
only 6 chapters in. We can't have that yet.
Fuck already.
No.
Okay, if there's 34 chapters in this, then they need to fuck at chapter 34.
No, they only
Actually,
have
wait a minute,
one
how many parts do
chapter
we have?
left, so before they can do that. It started to rain, and I shoved the door open and looked back. Where did you get that umbrella? I inquired, seeing as she didn't have one a few seconds prior.
I had it in my purse.
So do I, Chigayo.
It's my.
Hey.
With stretchy powers, the one that
Yeah, that
makes
was a
me
little
grow.
too far there, Flub.
Flub,
Sorry.
I
I'm gonna
I I,
call
pref-
this.
I prefer rotors over dildos.
Okay, this entire part's gonna be covered up with I don't know.
Bleeps and bloops.
Maybe.
There's gonna be a lot of achievements, like make it 20 sex jokes.
Merlin played as the sexy phone.
Oh god. Okay, you know that here's like okay.
Okay.
When,
I think
okay,
we should
whenever
continue
People,
now.
man.
Yeah, we should
okay,
continue.
yeah.
Yeah.
Right then, I walked in and stormed up the stairs to my apartment room. Why did you storm up the stairs? You could have just walked up them. It's
Because
not like
he is on the edge.
he is so angry at the trash. In quotes.
The trash killed his family.
Oh, I didn't.
Yeah, this family's still alive, remember?
I'm making a joke.
I know. Anyway. I opened the door and put on my mask and goggles. Really?
He's Kamida.
You don't need to do that when you take out the trash, unless your trash is really that bad smelling.
He's like fighting them with poison.
In that case, what is your trash?
He's fighting them with poison gas because
What is in your trash that makes it so smelly?
that's classified.
He has
No, I
like
think
dead
he's
aliens
supposed
in
to
his
be
trash.
like just like super germaphobe, super high school level germaphobe.
That one episode of Invader Zim.
And sprayed the living heck out of the trash can with my trusty air freshener. I feel like this entire chapter is just a lot of setup for something bigger later.
Not.
Big as his
And,
dick.
and watch as we become utterly disappointed.
Yeah, probably. I walked outside and what I saw was enough to make me forget to hold on to the trash can. The two people I threatened to pepper spray before had come back. Well, I guess they weren't just two homeless people, and this wasn't a delusion.
Dun, dun, dun.
They were standing side to the side, unbeknownst to Pacholi, and I could only tell they were up to no good.
Started causing trouble.
I saw a
in the
couple of
neighborhood.
guys. They were up to no good. Started making trouble in my neighborhood.
I got one little fight and my mom got scared. She said, "Move the fucking."
But he's already moved to the fresh.
He moved
To
to the
glorious
fresh, he moved to the
Nippon.
Fresh Prince of Japan.
The Fresh Prince of Japan.
To the Fresh Prince of Japan.
Oh my god.
Shitoku now.
This is the.
Fresh Prince
Okay,
of
so let's-
Nippon.
Okay, so
Okay, so let's think of our head. Wait, let's think of the headcanon right now. So he's obviously gonna get a harem. He's part
So
transformer.
this is
He
the
can speak
Toho
like 2,000
Fresh Prince of Bel
And at
Air.
the same time, he's a prince.
Fresh Prince of Bel Air Toho if it were a school anime.
Gamma. Gappy.
Okay, so and I could tell they were up to no good, as one of them was pointing at her. Then I drew my favorite red canister. I just shoved it up my ass.
Fucking nerd.
No, I popped off the cap and charged with a battle cry, spraying
Pop the
madly.
canister around.
Yeah.
I was glad I had all the equipment, as I sprayed enough to take myself down as well, were it not for my mask and goggles. Jesus Christ, did you like break open the can?
He stabbed the cancer. It's like spraying everywhere. He's running towards him and he's also spraying himself.
You have to turn it the other way around.
And then like, he doesn't even make it to those two guys. He just like falls on the floor because he sprayed himself.
I just pee myself. It was hilarious.
There's pure agony.
He's wearing goggles though.
Okay. I was glad. Okay, as I sprayed him, one of them fell down and the other ran off, but Bakosh came out of an alley and smacked him in the head with an umbrella. He landed around the corner.
Kamida here?
You're welcome.
I should have said pan, so we could have the TF2 noise.
Dung dung.
Here's a question: why does Kamida just appear out of nowhere?
He's not Kamada, he's
I'm
Gosh.
calling him Kamida because the second I heard his name and his weird demeanor, I just thought of Kamida in
There's
school.
no way I
and
can think of him as Kamada.
I think
Co-
of his
no,
character
it's-
as
same
Kamida.
here.
I don't
Let's
care
just
if they
call-
say that he's red-haired. I imagine
No.
him as being white-haired and just being overall
It's-
creepy.
No, doctor, it's Komaj.
Man,
Come
why is
on,
Kamada such a meme?
It's Kamaibaka.
Komema.
Fucking
No, it's Kamina from
Let's-
Gurren Lagann.
no.
Okay, so
Let's just stick to Bokash.
It's Yoko.
let's
it's
see.
Yoko from fucking.
Okay, so next paragraph.
Well, actually, it's like right after he says "You're welcome." That's where we
Okay.
left off.
Okay. He said as he kicked the man's head slightly, disappearing again without another word said. Jesus Christ. That school kid's a spy.
I'm afraid not.
I had noticed a wanted criminals section in the newspaper with their faces on it, as there was a newspaper dispenser nearby. With said section facing outward, I shrugged, then dialed a certain 3-digit number on the man's phone.
Just say 911.
But is it? It's not even.
Japan
wouldn't it,
doesn't even have it like
Yeah.
that.
it wouldn't be
They did-
911.
oh, yeah.
That's
Yeah.
America.
Damn it.
Well, then
by
again,
zero, and-
well, then again, the school system is also like America, so.
So this is just Japan when it's being occupied by America during the 1940s.
No. He was just moved to
America.
somewhere else, and he was like tricked into thinking it's Japan.
No,
he got
they're
he got
No,
sent
this-
to
He was.
Texas.
Wait a minute.
So that's another
Oh,
country.
wait, if this is the 1940s, then he's just carrying like this huge phone with him.
No, he was moved to. He was moved to the center of the earth. Wait.
No, that was Hitler.
Now this is a story all about how I sprayed myself in the face with my pepper spray can. I like take a moment, just sit right there, and tell you how I became the Fresh Prince.
Of Japan.
Damn it!
Of Nippon.
I think
Okay,
of a rhyme.
so on the man's phone and left it on him as I escorted Pacholi inside. I opened the door for her. Well, here it is, the place I get to call home. For a long
It
time,
looks like
too.
shit, doesn't it?
As much as I saturated this carpet with cleaner, I still recommend you keep your shoes on.
Well, aren't you supposed to take your shoes off or something? I'm not good
Yeah.
at that culture.
You're supposed to take your shoes off in Japan's.
Ah, so I was
Fucking
right.
American.
Yeah, see,
Well,
what
he
the heck?
is an American.
He's an
You-
American. He's an
you-
American uncultured swine. I think we can all agree there.
You either okay. Let me explain you a thing. You either take your shoes off or you wear slippers.
Word.
and,
Fucking
and he's
wear
asking Patchouli to do
slippers.
neither.
No, just keep your shoes on. Dirty up the carpet more.
Dirty up the carpet. Or
I don't think he realizes that, actually.
Okay, see, we're all missing the point. He's basically treating her extremely nice, and the only problem is that he's not smooth talking her because he had so many chances to smooth talk her. Because the thing is, he's letting her do whatever she wants because he's getting inside her panties soon. All of
Yeah.
this is to
It's a plan.
bone Patchouli.
Just
Jacob,
please
That's a plan.
get to it already.
Okay, let's see.
Fuck already.
It smells nice in here.
Not as
Oh,
nice as
that's
you.
right. I slapped my forehead. As I remember, I had dropped the entire trash can into the dumpster.
Dumbass.
It was a worthy sacrifice to protect Patchouli.
For
That's
what,
one of the
germs?
most pretentious things I've ever heard.
To protect
No, it's to
Patchouli
protect
for
her
what,
from the two
germs?
guys that were about to do the dirty with her.
No, okay, but the
Where
way that
was
all
I
worded,
supposed
though,
to pull out all of the empty bottles of cleaner if I didn't have a trash bin? And I did another trip to the store. And I hit the shopkeeper there.
Hit the shopkeeper.
That's the only reason why I say he wouldn't want to go back to the store. But they never
Hit the
established
shopkeeper.
that.
Took all his damn.
Well, on an unrelated note, I have to head back to the store later. Is there anything you might need there?
Not that I can think of.
Alright. I opened the refrigerator to see if there was any food that was immediately ready. Then there was one flaw with that plan. I had no idea what Patchouli liked. Since I was a vegetarian, I was practically crammed with vegetables and fruit. I could quickly make a snack of something, but it might only have been a snack by my standards. Is there anything you'd like for a snack?
Human flesh.
I guess some coffee would be nice. Holly.
Coffee?
Coffee.
Your love
Coffee.
Jesus. Your love Jesus.
I mean, wouldn't you just assume that she's been living in Japan for a while, so you just do the normal thing and give her tea?
I know.
It's tea, dumbass. There's no such thing
Whatever.
as
No,
coffee
whatever. People drink coffee.
in
Actually,
Japan. It's only tea.
I'm going to.
There's no soda.
going-
There's no water. It's nothing but tea, tea, tea. It's sushi.
Japan also
Maybe
has tomato
she's
juice.
interested in her American culture, in quotes.
Tea and beer.
Japanese McDonald's.
They've got alcohol, tea, soda, tomato juice, and I don't know about coffee though.
Okay,
Milk.
okay.
They might
Okay,
spend
then.
a maid cafe.
I used the coffee machine to brew 2 small cups of the aforementioned beverage. You
Coffee.
didn't- Any specifications?
Such
the day
as?
for us today.
How much sugar? How much sugar? Things like that.
Sugar.
Oh, I can do that myself. Thank you.
She walked over and enhanced the cup to her liking. Sounds like she's actually doing some magic. I put half a teaspoon of sugar into mine. That was good enough for me. Even though it
Wait,
was...
you said you were using, or she was using her magic to enhance the coffee?
No,
I
she-
said it
she
sounded like
enhanced
that,
the
but-
coffee to her
Well,
liking.
even if it sounded like that, I thought they didn't have any powers in the outside world, or so this fic says.
No, it's
Good
like
question. Why the hell
they
do
were
they keep
really
using the weird words
suppressed
like enhance?
or something. I don't care really. It's whatever goes at this point.
Enhanced
Can't you just say she walked over and like added whatever she wanted to the coffee? Like, why enhance the cup? Like, doesn't that just mean reinforcing the having a cup with metal?
It could be, it's creative writing. I can
Okay, whatever. Let's
it-
continue, please.
being used that way. In all honesty, that's just.
I put
Jesus.
half
I did that, or he doesn't know how to make coffee.
that too. I put a half a teaspoon of sugar into mine. That was good enough for me. Even though it was still hot, I drank it. I really didn't care too much about the temperature. It always tasted about the same to me. Then I noticed one thing. Right in front of me on the counter lay a shaving razor I had previously used. But Charlie must not have noticed it. I crammed it into my pocket, snapping the handle accidentally.
Hmm?
She became aware of the noise. Oh, nothing, just cracking my knuckles. She turned back to her coffee and I cautiously cleaned the blood off my finger. Jesus Christ!
Did he
Ooh,
just cut himself?
broke the handle and cut himself. Ooh.
Oh, I feel bad for this
Smooth.
guy.
Smooth, Jacob, smooth.
He's getting my sympathy, but for things that aren't his backstory. Fortunately, the razor just gave me a bit of a scratch, so it stopped bleeding quickly enough. I would have to throw the razor away, but the trash can was gone. I went over to my bed and sat cross-legged down on it after having removed my shoes. Charlie
Please.
sat next to me, still holding her coffee. I told her to get in the bed.
Please have sex.
Get in the van.
Just
Oh my god.
Just,
Is he
just make
teasing
love
us?
already.
I think the author's teasing us.
Damn it.
Well played, author. Well played.
Wait a minute. Who's gonna be the mother?
I will.
Make it the most masculine voice out there, please.
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
oh,
oh yeah.
Then
Actually,
I,
be the mother.
I wonder if I
I
shall be the one
will.
to do it.
I should be the one to do it.
Please, can we?
Dear
can we have
family
my
back
mother
in
as
America, I met a cute anime girl.
The mother as voiced by Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah,
That's
please
great.
let me do it. Please let me do
Let
it.
Club do it.
How was your first day?
Anyway,
honey?
Lucas.
Where are we? We got so sidetracked. I lost.
Talking about.
I went over to
fucking
my bed
mother.
and sat cross-legged after removing my shoes. Oh my god. I could have used another joke there.
What's
But Charlie sat next to me, still holding her coffee.
Thank you for standing up for me today.
No worries. That punk deserved a good telling off. If not for me, then someone else.
You're making a certain part of me stand up.
Not just that. just a few minutes ago, it was the two that had accosted me before. You and your friend stopped them again.
Yeah, I have
Um,
a feeling they won't be bothering you anymore. After I
And what-
completely
You're
unloaded
making
some
it part
pepper
of me
spray into
being
their
back,
face.
crap.
My apologies for interrupting, but watch, these two nameless guys are probably going to be like the main villain, even if he does go into Gensokyo.
Don't you even call that. I swear to God, if it is, I'm gonna kill you.
It's gonna be amazing.
Wait, no. They work for some government agency that know about Gensokyo, and they know that Patrolli in our world.
And it was just them gathering intel. So them getting beat up was just as planned.
Dun dun dun!
Oh my.
I assured her with a bit of a grin. Is that my
Got it?
line?
Dude,
Oh,
Lucas.
thank you. That is.
Then my telephone on my nightstand rang. I leaned over and grabbed it. Hello?
How was your first day, honey?
It was my mother. I thought it better not to mention that she sounded like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I forgot that she was Arnold Schwarzenegger after this exchange.
You know what? I'm considering that he did have some affairs. I wouldn't put it past him.
This is the honestly, this is like the ultimate ending to Junior. Ever seen
Oh
that
my
movie?
god.
Oh god.
It turns out that the main character is the baby in Junior.
Exactly.
Oh
You
my
know what?
god.
Author, you're having too much fun with your story.
Yep, yeah, we
Please
are.
stop us.
Good. I thought better not to mention that I had pulverized an apple in some kid's back. It's good.
Perfect. Even the pulverizing something would please the governor. You think you can? You think you could take it for 2 more years?
You can't handle my gas.
What choice do I have, really? I can't afford to take it back home, and I'm fairly certain your funds are otherwise being spent. Besides, Mom, I know you're pretty resilient.
Despite all the wanks earlier, just like you always have been. You're my son, after all. Just, just know that we're proud of you, and we wish you the best of luck.
And then I
Wait a
will be
second.
back.
What a freak accident.
Wouldn't what the main character be saying earlier that he feels like he needs to like appease his parents or whatever? This kind of behavior is like weird coming from the mother, so I'm assuming that the main character is just a whiny little bitch. So yeah, you fucked up. Thanks. I might need it.
What was that?
Oh, nothing.
Okay, bye. Gotta get back to the chopper.
I love you too.
Actually,
Husband, put that cookie down.
I hung up.
put that cookie down now.
No!
No!
Dear God, author, please stop
Cookies.
us.
Then Pacholi says, "What
going
was all that
in
noise
too
coming
deep
from
right
the phone?
now.
It sounded like someone yelling."
This author, please stop us. We're going in too deep right now.
Wait, where are
Oh
we?
yes, we are.
No, I hung up the
Wake the
phone
door
and laid back on the bed. I had expected to be a 1 school year deal. Hearing that it was 2 school years was not fun for me at all. Well, Pacholi, I guess you're stuck with me for 2 years then.
I'll make this really fun.
That's long enough.
Then we might as well just
It only takes 9 months.
fuck.
I was lucky
You
enough to
must
have
bear
my
me a son. Prove your worth as a Japanese woman.
Prove your
I was lucky enough to have my family be able to send money to support me.
By the way, I didn't really mean that. I was just joking how misogynist Japanese culture is.
But they didn't have much to spare, as my cousin, who they practically adopted, was in college. Each time I received money, it was about $100, 70 for rent, 10 for heating, and the leftover $20 were other supplies, including food. When the food I had brought with me ran out, the possibility of me going hungry for some time wasn't too unrealistic. A plane ticket would probably be worth at least $70.
Not in today's airfare.
The prospect of this being in the past is suddenly becoming very much more a thing.
plausible.
But they mentioned a cell phone.
Yeah, yeah. Well, no, it's just a
here's another
phone.
problem.
No, he hung
Remember-
up the phone, so it's not a cell phone. Unless there was a cell phone
tele-
Oh, I
earlier.
mean with like the kidnappers and shit.
Oh, well, in that case, yeah. Fuck. be the 80s.
Moving on.
Pacioli stood up again, having finished her coffee. She placed the mug in the sink.
Thank you.
You put that in the
for
dishwasher.
having me.
You're welcome. Sorry if I disappointed you. I'm running on a very strict budget.
Don't worry.
Is he?
I'm glad I was able to visit.
Social link updated.
Good to hear you. See you tomorrow.
I'll see you tomorrow as well.
With that, she left. I watched her walk until I couldn't see her anymore. The two thugs had already been arrested, and I
What a
felt that
nice
much better
ass.
about her safety in public. Then I took a cold shower and went to bed for the evening.
And that, ladies and
Thought
gentlemen,
about her.
ends Chapter 6, Chapter 3.
And
Part
I thought
one.
about her as I
So
used to
long.
suck.
Oh my god. By the way, I think I figured out why they didn't have
This-
sex.
This recording session has been longer than yesterday's, and they only did not even a full chapter.
Yeah, that's
Well,
because
this
we
chapter
kept
was
getting
longer than the
sidetracked.
others. Well, this chapter
Yeah.
was longer than the others.
Okay, guys, I think everyone should just take a quick look at Chapter 3, Part 2. Look
Oh,
at
it's
this
short.
one.
We can squeeze it in here.
It literally is nothing that long, and wow, what is with a lot of these?
Okay, so anyone can really
I
do
figured
this
out why.
one.
I think I figured out why they haven't banged.
Why?
He can't afford the condoms.
Oh shit!
It makes
Who
sense.
said
But
he
wait a
needed a
minute, couldn't
condom?
he
Or
quit it
also
when he's
be-
about to leave?
God, you guys are all sick.
Or
Always
else
talking
could be-
about the sex.
Oh,
Yeah,
also
why
be
can't
waiting
you-
for germaphobe to
Trying
go and do
talk,
it.
You bastard!
Pacioli is protect.
Alright, you
wanna
ready for part two?
Well, once he
Okay,
gets
so-
in Sokyo,
We'll
You can
we'll
definitely
finish
magic
chapter
it.
7, chapter 3, part 2, Yuyuko's explanation, because it's short, and anyone can
Yes,
do the
sir.
narration here. Because I'm not actually talking this one.
Do it. Here we go.
Yes. Why not?
Patrolly and Yihiko met up at the apartment Patrolly was staying in.
Hold on, wait, I'm not ready.
Fine, it's not ready.
Hold on, Pacioli's not ready.
I'm busy writing a review.
No, you're not. You're busy. thinking
Just do it.
you are.
Just really quick. Come
You're
on.
Yeah,
masturbating
it's
to
only like
school
2
girl
quotes.
Patchy. We all know it.
Hey, I
I'm
already
sorry,
did
but I'm
that.
pure to only one person.
What the fuck are you pure to?
Idols for life.
Oh my god.
Well, we're going
Does
to.
the story take place in America or Japan? It's like
Japan.
Japan with American cultures. Everything is like backwater ghetto.
And
It's
the main
America.
character, the son of Arnold Schwarzenegger, part Transformer, part like time traveler,
Actually, Doctor, can you
part
type this out?
Prince Jitoku, and like the harem maker.
Can you type this out? 'Cause
Fuck
I actually want to
Appy.
include.
And he
I
still
want to
can't
include
afford a
that.
condom.
Those penny, dude, is there any penny vending machines?
I don't think those exist in Japan.
Oh my
I
god,
think
talk
they
about things
do.
that should
Did
be,
briefly.
In
briefly.
Japan, there still are still vending machines that give you how do I word this? X-rated items.
Porn?
Wait a minute.
But they're like
Are
in
you,
pop
are you
I
saying that
think.
there's vending machines?
Yes,
that
you guys
dispense-
didn't know,
There's vending machines that dispense.
and you guys
sex
are
toys.
supposed to be the perverts. Jesus Christ!
But there's.
Yeah,
wait,
I heard it. I
there's
think they're in
vending
sex shops,
machines
actually.
In Japan that dispense sex toys.
yeah,
What?
there are.
That is.
What if there was-
Club is right. They are only in front of sex shops.
Those
Oh.
are. That is the most funniest thing that I could ever
Okay.
think of.
Sorry to get
Oh,
your
by the
hopes
way.
up, Channel Over 9.
By the way, what if there was what if there was a dispenser that dispensed dispensers?
dispensary down.
Alright, so we're going to part 2 or
Yeah, we're just
Me
waiting
too.
for Lucas to write this review.
This
is it going to be a
porn
troll
view.
review or are you actually going to give him praise?
It's criticism, I guess.
Well, I guess that kind of meant it's kind of like an open criticism kind of thing, but nothing like harsh.
Harsh.
No, halfway
Harsh,
not is
harsh.
like joking.
Hard and rough.
Does this story take place in America or Japan? It's like Japan with
Japan.
American cultures. Everything is like backwater ghetto. The main character is part Gary Stu, part Transformer, part...
The
Part-
son of Arnold Schwarzenegger.
That's right,
No,
son of
or
Arnold
Russell
Schwarzenegger.
Crowe.
Wait, are you really going to put that?
Yeah.
Wow.
Isn't that harsh?
Wow.
Honestly, we should probably just keep out the stuff that
Then
we
again,
made up for
technically we haven't
fun.
even finished it, so we really don't even know if we can be considered it like a Gary
Yeah, so let's not put that in
Yeah, let's
there
not
yet. And
do
let's
any
keep
reviews
the
just
joke.
yet.
Let's keep the
Like
jokes
once
to
we hit the
ourselves.
halfway point, if sex does not happen, then we write the most pissed off review possible. Okay?
All right, but I'm going to at least write in. It's like Japan. Why is this? Does the story take place in America or Japan? It's like Japan of American cultures. I'm gonna keep that in.
Japarica. Japan.
Just
of
be
Yeah,
like,
that
I
makes
haven't read
sense.
through the
Japanica.
entire story, but is this
Well, you
Japan
can
or
also specify-
America?
Well, Lucas, you can also specify with the whole issue with the school and a lot of other things that are wrong. You can actually specify it.
So we're gonna start the thing over again.
No, not really.
Wait a minute. Why
Right,
the fuck is there? Oh shit, Kaguya's in this.
Which
Who's
means
Kaguya
Aaron's
again?
in this.
Wait, what?
Well, I mean, if Kaguya's in it, then Aaron's in it.
I already called the voice of Kaguya.
Yeah, he did.
Can I
Okay.
do the
Then I call
narration?
Edding. Edding's in this, and I call her.
Just,
I don't know
just
if we're
go.
gonna get to this part. Did we just stop or?
Yeah, I'll just stop.
Can we just finish this chapter first?
Yeah, we gotta
Wait.
hurry up though. I only have a half hour.
Come on, Lucas, you can do it.
You're the one who gets the first quote, you know.
Wait, did we already?
Yeah, Journal Love already started off, and I'm gonna be speaking in this freaking like Degrassi girl's voice.
Yeah,
Degrassi.
That's not gonna continue.
Miss Saigyoji, why were you at school with us today?
Like Miss Yakuma sent me to like watch you. I like wasn't supposed to say that, was I?
Oops.
Oops.
Probably not. But why did she send you?
She like wants me to make sure you're behaving yourself. You know, like the usual.
Does she not believe me about Jacob? That bitch!
Team Jacob.
Truly, like, however, I can understand. I could sense I had more power than most of the people in that school. Oh, and I should mention Big Wolfgang. I think he's similar to Jacob Kenneth. Like,
Really? You know, their
How
names
so?
didn't send it off.
How so? I find Jacob to be quite unique. I also find Jacob 2 to be quite unique, and also Jacob 3, and Wolfgang.
Wolfgang is his own separate person.
And Bikaj.
he's a split
Bokaj.
personality in his head.
Let's not forget about
Actually, the
Bokaj.
Pokaj.
I mean, like, having magic. Don't overthink it, Patchy.
3 faves, 5 follows.
I see.
26 watches on Vine.
So, will you try to convince her that I might be onto something, and tell her that I'm not a fucking liar?
Oh yeah, like sure, totally, OMG, BBL.
Can you tell her that her money is
YOLO.
coming in like 3 days?
BTB, MTB, BTW.
This next chapter is
Hello.
also fairly short, so we should be able to blaze through it.
Well, we're done with the chapter, so.
Do we really want to continue though? I mean, like,
But it's literally
just
called
stop.
monotonous education.
Let's just stop.
Yes.
Alright, then.
oh my god, they do go to Gensokyo. It's in chapter 7 though. And by
Holy
I
chapter
fuck.
told
7,
you.
it's
Oh.
15.
I said that already, Pizzy. I said that.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna read the reviews.
It feels so far away.
And you're like Gabby Stew.
See, it's like
So is the recording
so
done? Or?
boring.
Okay, let's read these reviews. So
Good
this
story,
is from
I like it. This protagonist is easy to relate with. The school/Gensokyo setting can be interesting to create some funny/epic/meaningful/crazy/sad/lovingly scenes with fight
/Titanic.
and character development. Only thing to note, try to slow down the pace a little, like
slow
more
down
days
the
in
pace.
training, in school,
Or
working.
What?
Otherwise, it might have a feeling of too rushed, like a bullet train, no middle stops. Obviously, it's your story. I'm only gonna give you some feedback. You're free to discard it in the trash bin, where I am. That said, hope you continue it. Bye, and good luck.
Slow it
Was it-
down.
slow it
I was
down.
reading the correct,
Okay, we need to make this appropriate for retarded people, okay? You don't understand here.
How can you slow down something that's already 33 chapters? There's supposed to be 21 chapters, and split into parts.
This needs to be sped up. This needs to be on like YouTube 1.5 speed.
1.1 thousand. Well, that would actually be less, but
There's a 0.5 speed.
Wait,
Is that
YouTube
like-
still does that?
Also,
spell would be
it seems to be a
reduced by at
common
least
thing
half,
among
at
these reviews.
least.
By the way,
Apparently,
Pisces, or
Yeah?
whoever had the recording, can you send it to me? Because I'm going to see if I can edit it.
You will not
I was
be
kind
able
of
to
thinking
edit
to do it in Vegas, but okay.
Yeah, let
Okay, then.
Lucas edit it.
Also, by the way, this is 88 minutes long.
No, I meant the recording
Oh.
itself. You can do video stuff later.
Yeah, okay. So,
I'm just going to remove meaningless chatter and
So-
well, you know.
So
yeah.
we're done here,
Yeah,
right?
remove the meaningless
We
chat.
are
but-
done here. And
See you next part. Anybody who watches this.
yeah, anyone
Bye.
who watches
Yes,
this,
see you next
just
time, and hopefully
Oh.
my stupid Yuko voice will be.
Anybody
Yuko
who
voice
watches
is
this?
good.
God
Yeah,
help
your
me.
Yuko
10 out
is
of
good.
10. Anyway,
10 out of 10 would bang again.
The Arnold
Okay.
Schwarzenegger, though.
So let's finish this off before, so I can say this funny quote I found on TV tropes.